Hey, what's up everybody? This is Brendan Hauser with EVOQ Bikes. So I had an email from an athlete that I wanted to share because I think this time of year with it getting dark at 4 p.m. for some people, looking at frigid, frozen weather, there's holiday things going on, it can be a busy work period. The training calendar can suddenly become this Tetris puzzle where you're trying to put pieces together and I slide this over here, and how do I look at this from the big picture? And we've talked about using the weekly goals as a good way to set your target. Hey, this is the number of hours I want to do. I might need 1 to 2 intensity sessions. I want to hit this many hours of endurance. How many hours am I doing of X, Y, and Z? I have strength training, etc. So this athlete had a bunch of different things going on, and in his note to me, he pretty much had said, hey, last week I had very limited time to train. This is what I focused on, and what do you think about this path moving forward? He had prioritized strength work, which I think is a really good idea because now is when you want to be building up your strength. It's something that you're going to want to continue through race season, but you're going to be removing some of those sessions and getting more specific with the bike. But if you don't put in that base of strength now, it's really hard to maintain it, and it's hard to keep going and having strength sessions that are productive during the race season. In his email, he said, hey, today and tomorrow, it's single digits, but it's going to be dry, so I'm going to go outside and try and ride as much as possible. Thursday, I'm going to hit the gym and maybe hop on a quick Zwift ride, rest on Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday, it's low double digits, but I'm hoping to get 3 hours of endurance on each day. A friend of mine then booked this trip, and we're going to hit warm weather on the 7th through 11th, and then I'll be back home. I put some notes in the Training Peaks calendar about my availability. The calendar is now all messed up though. I'm taking what I can and working around the dark, cold days as much as I can. Schedules should normalize come mid-January. What do you think about all this? This goes back to the previous video of that training is not always going to be perfect. With the bad weather, it's a really rough time. And I feel for you because when I lived in upstate New York, it was trying to do the hour-and-a-half trainer sessions and then praying that there was no snow on the weekends. And I know I'm a broken record sounding that, but I want to drill it home because people see me on Strava now and think I've just been doing 1,000-hour years, year after year after year. That's just not the case. I was not physically ready to do that back then, and it was also physically not possible. So just remember that the longer endurance rides are gold. Keep your heart rate low, ride in zone 2, try to get out as much as possible. And the good thing about not going hard is you're going to be sweating less. If it's cold, you don't want to be going and riding at threshold. You're going to be super sweaty and get super cold, and that is just a disaster. You're then just sprinkling in some short and hard rides when needed, whether it be over-unders, a threshold session, maybe a VO2 max session. Me personally, I'm not going in the 5x5s right now. That's just a mental strain that I don't want to go through, but I'll do a hard start and accumulate some time through those. Just remember that you want more endurance than intensity, and then we're also fighting the boredom of indoors, because if we're talking about doing all this endurance, if you're stuck inside, can you just ride zone 2 over and over and over again? If you can, bless you, my child. Most people cannot. So change it up with some undulations. Do a little bit of tempo, but don't always ride at tempo. There is benefit to tempo. There is benefit from just endurance. Ride at 60%, ride at 75%. Do a couple tempo bursts. Variation is key here. And then the other audible that you can always call is get off the bike. Go cross-country skiing. Go snowshoeing. Go hiking. Go trudge through snow. Go shovel your driveway. There's a lot of other things that can get the heart pumping and keep it in that endurance zone. Is it the exact same as riding on a summer day? No, but it's better than doing nothing, and it's a good way to get some type of general preparation training in. That's the phase that we're in now anyways. At the end of the day, this is all, when you bring it all together, this is all training, and it's gonna help make you a better athlete overall. We just need to stay nimble as the calendar of Tetris pieces moves around. Don't freak out if that happens. It's happening to everybody. And this is the time too where it's sometimes hard for a coach to push an athlete because we want it to be fun for you. And so I sort of wait for the athlete to come to the realization of, man, I just need to buckle down a little bit and get these rides done during the week and get to the weekend outdoors rides. Or I need to get these rides done and start looking towards spring because it's really not that far away and I don't want to get dropped by all my friends on every single ride for the first 2 months. You just need to find within you and take ownership of your training. Why are you doing what you're doing today? For what payoff down the road. That is so important. If you don't know what you're going after, it's hard to really get going. It's hard to really keep going because at some point it gets tough. You got to wake up early, or you got to ride late, or you got to ride inside, or you got to do a session that you don't want to do. That's just life. It's not always this feel good, ride outside in the sunshine feeling. I wish it was, but that's just not the case with training. You shouldn't hate training, but on the tough days, you should know why you're doing the training. So hopefully this video helps you stay encouraged as we get through the dark days. The summer is coming. Be ready. Stay focused. Let's get it. Please share the video with a friend, and please subscribe. We're trying to get to 4,000. It would be a huge help. See ya.